Hey guys, it's XJ9 here, and today we're going to be making a ED2 guide. And honestly, to get right into it, we're going to start with my equipment itself. I'm wearing a Masterwork, custom trim Masterwork helmet and torso and legs. Reason being is because, well, the set effect is really good, so you don't get KO'd and gives you time to react. I highly recommend getting Masterwork before you even do ED2 if you're mailing. That is, this is a melee guide because it's free when you use it. It doesn't degrade at all, which is really nice. So definitely just recommend getting it, and it'll make learning a lot better. For the cape, I'm using a kiln cape. I'm using the melee version. You can use comp or max if you have that, but killing cape's more damage and it's easier to get. So yeah. Uh, for amulet, we're using the Essence of Finality amulet. You don't honestly need this. You can just use an Amulet of Souls if you don't have this amulet. We're also not using any special attack from this amulet, so don't worry about that. I just really like this amulet. I use it everywhere, so highly recommend getting this. But there's better things to get than this amulet, honestly. So if you don't have this amulet, just use Amulet of Souls, and you'll expect very similar results. It really shouldn't make much of a difference. Cinderbane gauntlets, really good. A lot of things are poisonable in the dungeon. So yeah, highly recommend getting this. If you don't have Cinderbanes, it's not honestly the end of the world. You can get away with a full set of masterwork if you don't have this. Um, Luck of the Dwarves, I'm wearing this just because we're killing so many monsters. So yeah, maybe you'll get a rare drop or something. It's just added extra money, so quite nice. Uh, Enhanced laceration boots. You can just use regular. I just enhance it just because. Uh, the differences are so small. It's nice for blade dive for scythe camping, as we won't really be using many weapons at all in this guide, besides the scythe and a main hand and a defender occasionally. So if you like using blade dive with a scythe, definitely get this. If not, you can just use full masterwork. It's fine. A large rune pouch green. You can use. I put the runes for disruption shield on this, which are blood, astrals, and body runes. So just do that. A noxious scythe. Again, if I'm not gonna talk about the perks in it. If you're interested in what perks to use in any of my gear going forward, just look at uh, PVM perks and on the wiki, and you can look at entry and advanced level perks. I highly recommend getting that with Ancient Invention, and you can just fill in all the gaps of all your weapon and gear, as it helps a lot. Please get your perks. You will notice a huge difference. And a Superior Scrimshaw Vampirism. If you don't have a Superior Scrimshaw Vampirism, you can use a regular Scrimshaw Vampirism. It's really nice, especially when you're learning, as it just makes you heal so much HP without even putting Soul Spit on. If you don't need the healing at all and you want to save money, you can get away with using a God book or something like that, such as like cheap ones such as Bandos book or the Illuminated Book of Chaos, the Zamorak one. Those are really good and really cost efficient. But Vampirism just makes this whole experience really relaxing. Another thing is for inventory. We're going to be using the Power Burst of Vitality. You can use a the summoning one. I honestly forget the name of it, but the summoning one that makes your familiar spec a lot. I'm not using it just because with melee, I really like the Vitality one for certain parts, so that's why we're using that. I have a main hand Kopesh, along with a defender. This is honestly quite optional. I'm not even sure if I'll really be using this anyway. You don't really even need this. You can honestly just scythe camp and you'll do just fine. You do not need this, so yeah, don't bring this if you don't care. But if you want to, bring it. Armored Spikes Alloy, really good and extremely cost efficient. I highly recommend bringing them just because they just add so much extra damage. They're really easy to make. Just make it on your downtime or something. An Adrenaline Urn. Adrenaline Urn's really nice for quality of life. I highly recommend getting it. Get it from Calgren Demons. You can look in the wiki on how to get that. Really nice. Vuln Bombs. Vuln Bombs aren't actually required. However, they are really nice. So in total, we'll be using about 4 or 6, which is about 100 to 150k a run. So they do save time, so they are worth using. So I would definitely bring them if you can. And I need to drink a drink of water really bad, so please wait. Okay. I bring 3 Super Restore Flask 6. really important to bring a good amount. If you don't have masterwork armor, you might need 4, but 3 should do fine. There's banks all over, so yeah, just bring 3 honestly. I bring 2 super Stardom Brews. You can bring more if you are not that confident at first, but don't chug them or your stats will be really bad. Excalibur, Enhanced Excalibur, and that's just for the the healing occasionally in bad situations. So if you have that, bring it. Dreadnips, I wouldn't say Dreadnips are really required in this elite dungeons. Really, it doesn't really do that much. However, if you do have them, do bring them. Sorry. So Ring of Vigor is also a pretty mandatory thing, I would say. It's just the 10% adrenaline after ult is really important. Gosh, sorry guys. Dominion mines are really actually really important. They help a lot with the last fight and mobs in general in the dungeon. Highly recommend getting these. They save a lot of time, probably like a minute or two, honestly. Rest of my foods is gonna be sailfish in general to fill the gaps. Best overload you can have, which is Elder Overload style for me. Best adrenaline renewal you have, so I use a renewal flask. And Ring of Death is not actually needed. However, I bring it as uh, for the bosses for extra damage. And also, what should we call it? If you for some reason DC during a boss fight or something, it can come in handy because death cost and such. Also, a weapon poison plus plus plus. Very important to actually use this, or your DPS will not be that good. There's some other important notes. Is if you have a Dragon Slayer perk from what you call it, the your armor, it's actually quite important to actually be using this. So in this case, I'm actually using Impatient for Dragon Slayer. Just have Dragon Slayer somewhere in your armor. That's really recommended because there's pretty much everything in the dungeon's a dragon, and 7% DPS increase is quite big when you're in this dungeon. So definitely have a Dragon Slayer perk in your armor. Another thing is the Dragon Slayer Sigil. Uh, Really nice. It's just 50% more damage for 10 seconds. So yeah, if you, I'm not even sure how expensive it is, but if you can afford it, I would definitely get it as it's quite nice for bosses and even general mob clearing. Um, what else? Let me look at my notes fast. Oh yeah, Celestial Dragon task. Uh, you definitely need to be on a Celestial Dragon task. You can probably get away with it, honestly, but it's recommended to, just because the Celestial Dragons are quite tanky to melee, and without being on a task, you'll splash a lot. And another thing is the Dino farm. You can also have the Meteor Strike buff, as we'll be using that I think once or twice. So if you want that, you can take that. Another thing, again, guys, there's just so many things in RuneScape. It's really draining, honestly. I use Spirit Weed and Quorum Incense Sticks, so definitely use these. They help a lot in the dungeon with clearing. I'm also using a Ripper Demon. If you don't have a Ripper Demon, you can use Steel Titan, but I don't know why you would. So yeah, just use a Ripper Demon, honestly. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, Make sure you're bonfired and thermal bathed, and yeah, I guess we're gonna go finally. So to get there, we're gonna go to War's Retreat fast. However, I'm gonna just show the way. Like, if you have like at least one kill, you can just use the portal here. I will show you how to get here without actually going to War's Retreat because you need a kill to actually use this teleport. You go to grouping system. We're going to click on Dragonkin Laboratory. View selected. We're gonna create a new group. Update group. Discard that. I was in one before. Ready up. Complete group and teleport all group members. And then you're there. This is not the wilderness, so don't worry. And yeah, pretty much you're there. And also make sure your chest is on auto collect. So again, quick prayers. You want to be soul split and malevolence. We can weapon poison, activate Vampirism Aura. You can also activate our Zerkara. Zerkara is also honestly required for melee, so you need to use a Zerkara. This dungeon doesn't hurt at all, really, so it's not a big deal. We'll overload when we're in. Oh, and be sure to leave the group before you enter, or you'll have really bad rates. You want to not be in a group when you enter. So normal mode, we'll go in. Loading up, and we can drink our overload. And right here, we can just lure these slimes Use them basic, generic basics. You need to kill 5 of these slimes, so lure them in. And we're gonna use Meteor Strike right now into Hurricane and Quake. Oh, I'll use Cleave. I can have enough adrenaline for Quake. Melee parry the whole time. That's dead. Over this way. And we're going to barge this and Zerk. We're gonna put on Soul Split. You can also drink our adrenaline potion if you need to. Get some dragons. Excalibur. And just want to kill these 3 dragons. Go to the next dragons. Quake them. Just keep AoEing, just generic scythe rotations here. You can also bleed them now. Walk under them with Slaughter. You activate your Dragon Slayer perk. Get some extra damage. Camp that scythe. Another really important thing, guys, is make sure you have anti-fire, because I have an Overlord Salve, and you really need anti-fire for this dungeon, so you remember that. Over here, we'll go lower these up. We'll just AoE them. Quake. We're gonna Hurricane. Cleave. And we're gonna Meteor Strike again. Got our adrenaline. We're gonna go on this book over here. I mean, the laboratory slime, actually. Kill 2 of these slimes. And after you kill 2 of the slimes, you need to kill the Celestial Dragon. So that's 2 slimes down. You need to kill this dragon. Put down 2. Well, actually, we're not gonna put down 2 mines. So backhand the Celestial Dragon when you see this red message appear, so it doesn't heal. And just keep thresholding it and using bleeds, and it'll die. We can go over here. You need to kill all the Celestial Dragons over here. And we can place 2 mines as well. We're gonna see where these mines actually hit right now. So hit this one. So, we're actually gonna focus one. I actually AoE to all of them and they all healed. However, this one, you just focus one at a time pretty much. Maybe not mine right away. So that's 1 dead. Go on this one. We're gonna bleed it. Bleeds. Blood Tendril. He's gonna heal. Backhand him. Every time you see it, just backhand. And you'll be fine. So right now he's gonna heal again. They heal after about like 1/5 of the HP has been taken away. And yeah, just backhand them out right after. You also just take your time. I honestly think me mining there was kind of bad, honestly. Because it just, it wasn't about the mines, I just had bad AoE. You just attack this 1 dragon, bleed it. You can eat some food, backhand this. As soon as it's dead, walk down. Surge. Attack this dragon. Sacrifice. Get ready to backhand this. Backhand. And it's dead. So this boss, it's very important to keep Mage Prayer on. And as long as you're on the north side over here, the boss won't actually attack you with anything else besides Mage. So we're going to barge. And just DPS very lightly. And we can also just put a Blown Bomb. And just chill right now. Stand right here and just keep waiting. So right now it's capped, so now we can kill this little orb thing. We can bleed it. Cast Devotion. Eat up. Go over here when you have this little mark. Eat up and use your restoration potion, so you have double HP. Then walk over here and just wait. We're waiting for this little orb to appear. There it is. So we want to lure this into the black hole quick. Then barge, and we can just build up to a Zerk fast. Zerk, Dren Pot, use our Dragon Slayer, and just Threshold really. Also, Flurry, Greater Flurry is really good here, so get used to using this ability. It's really good at AoE as well. Make sure you lock the dwarves on. Boss is dead. Yeah, that's it. It's a really easy fight. Just the most important thing here is to make sure you're standing right here when you're placing that little, there'll be a bar above your head. Just make sure you're placing it correctly, right between here. Don't place it on like too north, too east or west. You just sit right in the middle to make sure it's melee distance. So we need to kill these 2 Celestials over here. We're gonna barge this, place 2 mines. We're gonna stun this, and the mine should kill it. Dead. We're gonna, again, it's gonna heal, so we're just gonna backhand. Again, just keep using thresholds and stuff. It's just DPSing. Don't need to worry about this dragon. And this part coming up is actually quite interesting because so there's some spiders over here, and sometimes we can not get them. Stand right on top of this little garbage right here, and then if you bladed, dive, and surge at the same time. I didn't do it there. If I did it correctly, I would have ended up over here, and they might have not been able to aggro on me. But it's kind of a chance thing because sometimes it's not guaranteed to work. So if that does happen, good for you. But I wouldn't honestly hope on it. It doesn't really matter that much because we need to just keep pushing through. And our overload's about to run out, which means our anti-fire is also going to run out. So be sure to drink it right now. And you just keep soul spit on right now. And we're going to barge on this dragon. Maybe even Zerk, honestly. I'm going to honestly just put thresholds on them. They have a greater barge. But if you don't have greater barge, I would Zerk there. I use some Dragon Slayer Sigil. Kind of annoying to spam, honestly, but oh well. Put a bleed on him. Or bleeds. Bleeds are really good when you're out of Zerk, so be sure to be using it. Threshold. Just keep AoEing. I'm going to anticipate and Zerk and barge this just because I have greater barge. On this dragon. Just going to assault it. I'm going to hurricane right here. And we see keep killing all these black dragons essentially. Everything I'm killing, you need to kill. And as long as you have anti-fire, they really shouldn't be any threat to you at all. These spiders are falling. You don't need to actually kill them, just ignore them. They won't hurt as long as you keep on running. Make sure your prayer's up. You can also use Greater Flurry here. Again, it's a really strong ability. Definitely recommend getting it. It's really cheap. Leave. Run. You can also Zerk here early. And Bard cares honestly. Sigil and wait. Just keep AoEing, Hurricane. I didn't stay in the middle there, so well. Oh no, my Hurricane actually didn't go because my Sigil ran out. It's pretty funny. Standing in between makes Quake and Hurricane hit. These dragons, again, you see, it's just a big. There's no real mechanics. These things are just DPS dummies, honestly. So just keep AoEing them to kill them as fast as possible. I'm gonna save our Dragon Slayer Sigil here. They're dead. You can kill this last dragon over here. Slaughter. Make sure we have our Rigor Ring on for this boss coming up. So here is where we're going to actually cast Disruption Shield. This is actually quite important. So Disruption Shield before you go in. Anticipate. I'm going to Zerk and just go in. Surge. Go in on the boss. Sigil. And just DPS them. Use a Golem Bomb if you have it. Greater Flurry. Oh, keep melee prayer on as well. And you just keep this on the entire time and you're fine. You don't need to worry about this. So when this happens, you just need to kill this pillar. Melee prayer will take care of the rest. It just does some damage to you. Not really a big deal. You need to kill this or you can't actually damage the boss. Died, so we're going to go back to the boss now. Keep thresholding him. That's all you need to do. Ignore this, and it'll just be a little bit of damage. Just ignore it. 3K, no, I think it's like a 4K. Not really a big deal at all. If you want, you can also cast Devotion if you are like you need a little bit of HP. comes another little stalagmites from the ground. We're gonna hurricane it. Go back on the boss. We're gonna build up back up to a Zurich right now. I'm gonna anticipate Zurich though. Barge him. Okay, move when you right now. So honestly, if you get hit by that, it doesn't even do a lot of damage, which is why I kind of don't emphasize it. Pretty much just as though arrows says watch out, just walk away from it and you'll be fine. Knowing the timing is pretty easy as well. It's not really that important of a mechanic. Again, another stalagmite coming. Just attack this stalagmite when it spawns. This is a DPS boss, honestly. There's not much to this boss. It's just a dummy, really. I'm gonna go and attack him again. Sigil up. Here comes another one of these. Just ignore it and just debilitate. Debilitate also reduces the damage by a lot. So whenever that happens, we just debil. Go on the stalagmite spawns. You can also use mines for this, but it's so small I don't really bother. Mines actually do work against them. Here, you actually want to start walking away after that stalagmite, and he's going to shoot a little meat tornado thing at you. And you just want to walk away from that, and lure him a bit over here, like just away from the tornado, and just go back on him. Trend pot, just DPS him, and he should be dead. So he's dead. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Got some stuff. And we're just gonna run it back over here. You can also bank right now if you want. This is a fine time to bank. So for instance, you can just run back to the chest here and go teleport, which honestly I think is a better idea. So honestly, don't even do what I'm doing. This is for like speed. However, if you have your kill and stuff, you can just go bank right now quick. Go to this bank chest, load up your preset, and just go right back in. You don't even need to do that. You can also build a dren if you need to. Continue where you left off. Yep. Go to this chest, teleport, and we're going to choose the last option. It's always the last option. Make sure you're overloaded, so your anti-fire's on. Also weapon poison. I'm going to be honest, I don't know if you even weapon poison this whole time, but you know what, that's fine. We're going to barge and place some mines. Zerk up. Also, the Gemstone dragons have just exactly the same mechanics if you verse them elsewhere, where occasionally they'll actually shoot these projectiles at you, and you just need to move out of the way real quick. And when they do that, they have really bad effects. It's pretty much when you see it, just walk away. However, if you stay melee distance, they won't actually shoot the special at you. Another really nice tip is instead of having soul spit on, you can also have mage spray on if you zerk. If you don't zerk though, you can get away with soul splitting. So I also have masterwork, so it doesn't honestly really matter. It's really hard to die. So, like right now I can soul split just because, well, I'm not zerk and I'm not going to take a lot of damage anymore. So right now I actually wasn't paying attention to the honest, so I went to actually do something with my face there, as you can see on my camera. That doesn't really matter though, just steal some HP. We're going to barge this, AoE, stand right next to them so that they don't do their specials. We're going to just create our flurry as well. You're going to use your sigil as well, which is nice. So you walk 2 steps away. I walk more just because I don't trust the game, honestly. As soon as that's said, move on. You can go over here, blade dive. Walk over here. I honestly don't use blade dive that much. I'm not used to use blading dive at all. Great barge this. Just attack them. Greater flurry. Lead them. Again, pay attention to these dragons following you because they can spec you still. These dragons won't just because you're melee distance. You kill these last 2 dragons, and after you kill these, if you want, you can also TP back just to relax yourself and get ready for the boss. But we won't. We will just go right to the boss right after. again, just pay attention to the specials. That's really all you need to do. And you want to have Zerk right for this boss, so I'm not Zerking, or really, I'm keeping my 100% adren. And also, you can also bank really fast here if you want, if you time it, like bank and click 1, and then you load the preset, which is quite nice. So we're gonna get ready for the boss. Put on a Mage Prayer, and we're gonna go in and Zerk. So, Zerk, Adren Pot, go in, Vuln Bomb, Fortune, activate Disruptor Shield. So after a few seconds, the boss will actually send a projectile, just like the Gemstones. Then the screen shakes, so in a second. Oh, he actually sent it to me. I didn't see it. My bad. I don't know. That screen didn't shake there. It was really weird. But that's fine. All that does is reduce your adrenaline, but honestly, it doesn't really matter. Once he's capped like that and he takes no damage, place 2 lions here. These hands will spawn and go attack these hands. They smack the ground, and then it sends a magic hit on you. But that's not the important thing. You can just camp magic prayer, and that's not a threat. The threat during this part is there's this purple mist that comes from the middle that goes to the hands, and they send this typeless damage hands that can just KO you really easily. So you see this purple mist. Once it reaches the hand, these will kill you really quick. Just stay out of it. And so I'll show you what I do typically when I'm doing this type of stuff. So again, you don't need a soul split. That's just a habit, honestly. Just keep Mage Prayer on with your Brand Prism. Go, so here it comes. So when you see that purple mist, just walk around, and you're fine. Didn't really matter. And this is just a DPS. It's kind of Snoresville. You can also Zerk again if you want, but I'm not gonna. Well, yeah, okay. I'm gonna Zerk, Anticipate, Argem. Take Flurry. Go on the next one. We're gonna drop 2 mines. Mines do work against this again. And it's really strong. There's the miss. Walk away. I'm gonna sacrifice instead. Walks this way. Kill this hand. Once that hand is dead, we just go on the boss. I don't. Preferably, you actually want to have Zerk. I actually Zerk quite late there, but it's fine. As long as you use bleeds, and if you have BTA Flurry as well, you can get your Zerk back real quick, and it's just fine. This part, you just stand in the middle, and there's this lightning that goes in a circle. Just pay attention to it and move yourself accordingly. So, like, for instance, if you go like, oh, it's really close to them now, so I'm gonna go step right here, and you don't need to worry about it anymore. Yep, just keep attacking the boss. You can soul split if you want. I just keep Mage Prayer on right now. We're gonna put Demon Slayer or Dragon Slayer on. This miss is just stay away from the mist that he shoots out occasionally. It's not the biggest deal. Food. Shaking, so walk away. I wasn't paying attention to the shaking before, which is kind of funny. So it's gonna be phased, overload. So during this phase, it's just very important just to run around in circles and don't go in this mist. So like you can just walk in like a square motion, pretty much. Just keep running around. Another thing is you can actually like soul split off this. So I'm gonna grade a barge and actually well, I wanted to put a bleed on him just because you can actually heal off this phase. So we can keep soul split on. Bleed him. Get full HP. We're just gonna wait. He does this about like I think like 8 times. Just keep running around in circles, be full HP. Or these things, the lightning can KO you really quick, so don't underestimate it. When he lands and starts attacking you, don't get too frisky. Get into a good position before going at him. So like right now, I'm gonna walk over here, and then I'm gonna Zerk. Go on him. Take your time, walk away. Just the lightning follows you, so you don't want to be in the path of lightning when it comes to you. And yeah, we're good. Also, Dragon Star again. And then do Flurry again. Yeah, it's just DPS. When your Zerk's out, you can also just camp Soul Split as well, and you're absolutely fine. Again, don't go in the mid. Like pretty much anything that it shoots out, that's a like a dark color. Don't go to it. Like it shoots at that mist. Typically, it doesn't even shoot it at you, so you can just ignore the mechanic. Shaking, walk away from that. And yeah, the boss is about to die. Make sure you lock the dwarves on. And I don't think I had it on time. Oh well. But yeah, that's it. I got 26 draconic energy and cut diamonds. Pretty okay drop. And yeah, after it dies, you just go back to worst tree and then just go back. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Elite Dungeons 2 is not it's the easiest Elite Dungeons. There's not much to it. A lot of it is just DPSing, and your Soul Split / Vampirism Scrimshaw should heal you just fine. If you are soul splitting during Zerk, just use Disruption Shield during the Zerk, and you shouldn't get KO'd, because the issue with using Soul Split during Zerk is you can get KO'd. However, if you Disruption Shield the first hit, you're fine. At least with that last boss. Usually that doesn't happen, but it has happened to me. So yeah, especially if you don't have Trim Masterwork. So yeah, if you enjoyed this guide, feel free to leave comments below. I've been meaning to make this for a very long time. There's been delays, and it's just such a weird dungeon because it's very simple, but there's a lot going on at once, so it's really hard to explain the mechanics sometimes. So I apologize if a lot of times it sounds a bit frantic or like last minute, but like it's just it happens so quick, it's hard to explain until after. So again, like I'm sure a lot of people actually know how to do Elite Dungeons, like know the general mechanics. So yeah, hopefully this helped, an in-person little guide. Another thing is, melee is only really good, again, if you use the Zerkara and Celestial Dragon tasks. Range and magic, especially range, is a lot easier, so you can also do that, but I felt like doing melee just because my other guides were done with melee, so yeah. Melee is also a lot safer because of Masterwork. Masterwork plus Vampirism Scrimshaw is so good, so yeah, I'm going to call it that. I'm going to go make a recommendation or guide probably tomorrow as well, so that's going to be fun. If you have any other suggestions about what I should make, maybe also leave it, but this is pretty much the last one I wanted to make in general until newer things come out. So yeah, bye.